Okay, so congratulations for parsing your first 1000 recipes using queues and modules. Awesome job, guys. This is amazing. You've learned so much in this topic to build a parser to queue up URLs to be parsed, and also you've learned how to separate our parser into a separate module so that it doesn't hog up the resources of our website. Okay, so really great job. I mean it honestly. Great job, guys. Okay, so let's go to our web application and search for recipes. This should be the front part. So I'll say chicken, and we have a couple of recipes here with chicken. So, and again, this image is huge because I didn't start the application with the DevOps server directly using the Python script and all that. So just ignore that, it's a huge image. Okay, so we can go here and we go to the recipe. So everything's looking nice. And let's search for something else, onions. Okay, we have one recipe with onions. Let's say cheese. Okay, two recipes with cheese. Okay, so everything seems to be working. And let's type in a very generic word, like salt, for example. Okay, so we see we have a couple of results with salt. And now let's see if our search engine is working properly. And spoiler alert, it is, because we didn't actually implement the search engine, Google did. So let's try and see if we add another word, if it's going to filter out only the recipes with that word. So let's try milk, because I see it here. Okay, and we get this recipe, okay? So this is all nice and this is working pretty nice. Let's see add. Maybe add has a bit more recipes because it should be a more common term, and it does. Let's see hens because it's in the title. Okay, so everything works properly. Okay, so this is fantastic. Okay, so I'm super happy we have made it so far. And so in the next section, we're going to do the really fun part. We will actually deploy our application online. So for now, we've been developing our application on our local host, so actually no one has access to this. But when we deploy our application online, it's going to be on the internet, visible to anyone. So this is going to be really exciting, and you'll see how easy it is to deploy an application on App Engine. It's just one command. Can you believe that? I mean, normally when you're developing an application, you have to set up your server, and you probably have to set up your scripts for deployment. So you have to develop your scripts for deployment, and you have to figure out how to deploy your application. More than that, if your application gets popular and you get a lot of traffic, you'll be actually having more than one server. So when you deploy your application, you'll have to figure out how to deploy to more than one server. So that's, it's a painful process, and there are tools that help you automate them, but you have to, again, install those tools and configure them. So it's not easy for a beginner. App Engine is extremely easy because, I mean, you've already seen that what the pattern is. We are developing an application, and we don't care about the hardware. We don't care if it runs on one server or a million servers. It just runs, right? So we're agnostic to the infrastructure. We're just focusing on our application. And the same happens with the deployment process. We just hit a command, and App Engine does all it needs to do to deploy the code to all of the servers that are serving our application. So this is fantastic. So let's go ahead and go to the next section and see how this is done.